Let's talk about data literacy today. Many of you are hearing about data literacy and the data literacy initiative in your organization. So what is data literacy and why is it important? Data literacy, just like literacy, is the ability for us to read, interpret data towards meaningful conclusion and decision. And why is it important? Just like literacy is important for an organization, for a nation to make, to develop and to fully realize its potential. That's the same way data literacy is important for an organization. Think about data. What does data enable? Data plus intuition, we know, is much better for decision making than data alone or intuition alone, right? Data-based decision or data-driven decisions are more optimized. When you know about your customers, when you know about what your customers like, because you have millions of them, what products and features they are using, you can optimize that to make better decisions. But decisions are being made throughout the organization. So think about, it is like it's starting with the CEO level, right? Or the C-suite level. And let's say you are organized through product marketing and different functions. Let's say this is product, this is marketing, this is operations. Decisions are being made throughout the organization. And many organizations are, the CEO and the C-suite are making decisions leveraging data, and they're, outside facts, inside, they are data literate. But the decisions, since decisions are being made throughout all different levels, if these decisions are not optimized, then the organization is truly not leveraging the power it has to be able to build the best product and get the most RO, return on equity, and return on assets, and return on investment, and so on. So, one of the key reasons why I'm doing this video, I want to share with you, as we've been doing data literacy work for the last 7 years, we've seen a lot of failures, and we've learned from it and a lot of success as well. And I want to share with you number one reason why data literacy projects fail. Data literacy projects fail because organizations think about data literacy equal to training. So when this initiative starts in many organizations, they start thinking about, let's put these line managers who need these skills through few hours of data charts and graphs, and there our organization will be data literate, and that completely fails. Why? Well, the reason being, data literacy is a change management process, and just like any change management process, because it needs to sort of change the organizations need to start thinking and acting data, which is very different than what they have been doing. So that means there is a strategy component to data literacy. There is of course a communication, because it is change management, right? So there is strategy, there is communication part. There is also the executives and the champions they need to choose. So there's a whole sort of planning needed around here, right? Because if you think about it, the person who's sitting here in the product role, or the person who's sitting here in the operations role, or different hierarchy, they may have different needs for data literacy level, right? So the data literacy needed within different organizations need different data literacy, but even within the organization, different personas need different levels of data literacy. So there's a whole bit of planning needed, persona identification, what they need, and the other last thing is success metrics, right? How are you going to measure the success of a program? What do you want to get from this data literacy project? Are you looking to move the KPIs of the organization? Are you looking to move profits, revenue, ROE, CSAT, NPS? What are you looking to? How would you measure? How would data literacy show up if your organization becomes data literate? How would it show up for your organization? So what I'm trying to share here is just from my years of experience of doing this and learning through it and failing and succeeding, to understand that data literacy is not equal to training. Right? There's a whole lot of change management process that needs to be planned, fully thought through, strategized, persona identification, and learning solutions, learning paths defined per persona as you go through this process. So know that data literacy is not equal to training, and hopefully that will set you right in the right direction. And of course, if you want to know more, we have an entire we have a white paper on data literacy. And the other one last thing I want to share with you is that there's, you can make the entire organization data literate and you might still not see the results in your KPIs. And the reason being that there's more to in the anxious maturity of the organization than just data literacy. There is the whole data maturity. Yeah, there's also the decision-making process. There's also the leadership. Are they data-driven? So there's more components to making an organization leverage the true power of data than just data literacy. So there are accompanying components here that needs to be thought through. So anyway, you can read about all of this in our white paper that will be attached here.